Good evening and welcome to About the Valley. And it's a marathon night. We have two live shows in a row, and at 9 o'clock we have a show recorded on Monday. So you want to stick around, you got 3 hours of About the Valley right in a row. But tonight right now we have Jeannie Hebert from the Blackstone Valley Chamber.
Right, yeah. Happy to be here as always, Harry.
Yeah, you got a big event coming up.
We do.
We get from
lots.
Sunday.
Yes, we do. On September 9th, we have Pet Rock, our festival for the animals, and it's our 20th anniversary. It's at Wyman Gordon Field. 20 years, yeah, we've been doing it.
Where'd it go?
Hard to believe. I don't know, but we're fortunate. It's our second year in North Grafton at Wyman Gordon Field.
Yeah, great spot because
there's
tons of room.
I think it's our best yet, other than the Candy Mansion where it originated 20 years ago. That was fun. But it grew so much that it caused traffic jams in the town of Shrewsbury, so they kindly asked us to leave. And then we went to Quinsigamond for quite a few years, Quinsigamond Community College. Then they built the Quest Center and lost the parking lot, so there wasn't enough parking. And then we were homeless for a few years, just kind of rambling one place to another. Becker College took us in. That worked pretty well. But the parking was atrocious, even though the police department worked closely with us. So Wyman Gordon, it's great that they're working with us.
Huge parking lot.
Right on site. It's
right on
perfect.
Site. Huge field.
Huge field, bigger than we can possibly use. And it makes for
And
really
most of all, you're in the valley.
And we're right in the valley, which is great.
Yes.
And we're really fortunate to be there, and I'm really happy to be in the Blackstone Valley.
And of course, I mean, Grafton is well known for having the largest veterinary school in probably one of the largest in the country.
They come. We have about 150 booths, breed rescues and shelters. We have a lot of breed rescues and shelters there. We have vegetarian Worcester Veg Fest is catering this year, so we've got a lot of vegetarian food vendors, and they're so delicious. A lot of people have no idea it's even vegetarian.
That's true. A lot of people realize, I mean, you go to the Green Plate and
it's great.
Amazing. You don't realize that food is really good.
Yeah, really good. And not all of her food is vegetarian. It's grass-fed beef, but vegetarian is terrific. I had one person last year say to me, "I thought you couldn't have any meat here." And I said, "Well, you can't." They said, "Well, they have ribs over there." I go, "No, those are ribs."
That's how do they make ribs?
They look just like ribs. They put the barbecue sauce. They taste like it, but there's no
bone.
There's no bones. They're boneless spare ribs.
Oh, okay.
But they're tofu,
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Really good. Has the consistency just like Boca Burgers and Smart Dogs. Really good stuff. So.
But this is the big thing. This is a day for the pets.
It is. It's for the pets and it's for all animals. But you can bring your dog.
Yep.
So we have lots of events for you and your dog. We have the doggy water park, which the dogs love. We have the kiddie pools for the dogs and sprinklers they can walk through, and their water dishes are there, and they play, and it's hilarious. We have an agility course that CM Dart runs, and CM Dart is right in Douglas.
Yeah.
So that's another Valley event. We have the fly ball dogs doing demonstrations, which are the border collies catching the frisbees, and they're amazing.
Those little dogs are amazing.
Oh, wow, what athletes they are.
I know.
And we have the state police dogs doing their demos, which is a lot of fun to see how smart those dogs are and put them through their paces. One of the most fun events that goes on for a couple of hours that I'm with, and we have our celebrity judges, is the Amateur Dog Show.
Oh.
Waggiest tail, best ears, best vocalist, sweetest face, and the best category is owner dog lookalike. And you'd be surprised how many people look like their dogs.
I wonder that I'd kind of be insulted if I owned a pug.
I wish I had my picture with you to show you. There was a really cute older pug that he looked like his owner, that's for sure. Really adorable. That was last year.
That is true, though. People say that.
Yeah.
If people had owned a dog for a number of years, they start to look, like they say, couples will tend to look alike.
Yeah.
Well, you got that with dog and an owner. And oh my God.
So it's really a fun event, and we have great prizes, celebrity judges. I think Sheriff Lou's going to be a judge, and Dave Moradian will
Oh,
be there.
okay.
Senator Moore will be there because Senator Mike Moore, because he sponsored a number of animal-related bills this year in the Senate, and there'll be so much for your dogs to do. And so much for you to do. Really fun.
Well,
We have music. That's the rock part.
That's what I'm saying now. That,
Yeah.
this, you know, when you say pet rock, it brings
Oh,
back
they think the
memories of the
rocks,
70s.
yeah.
When I would have loved to have been the guy who came up with that idea. He made millions.
Maybe. I don't know.
They
Do
were selling them everywhere.
I know. Yeah.
You could buy them at Macy's. I mean,
You
it
could
was
get them in
unbel-
your backyard, too.
I know. But people would buy them because it came in a little box.
Yeah.
And the perfect pet because you don't have to take it out. You don't have to
do
clean its
anything.
litter box. You don't have
No.
to feed it.
Well, you don't get any love from it either.
I know.
Yeah, which is too bad because
Well,
you
he
get
said
a
you
lot
could
of love
cuddle
from your
with 'em.
best friend. Yeah.
And people
well,
were taking them to bed.
Well, that's kind of silly.
You know, if you sleep with your pet, they
Yeah,
want to sleep.
I do.
sleep
With
with
my
their-
dogs.
They slept with their rocks.
Yeah.
It was a crazy thing.
Yeah,
But people do strange things.
that's for sure.
But
So-
anyway,
Yeah, so we've got
the rock
Ryan
part.
Cabrera, who's our headliner, and he's, you know, a younger demographic, but pretty well known. He is in the tabloids a lot, dates Jessica Simpson's sister. And we
Oh, so
also
he's-
have Javier Colon from The Voice.
Oh,
So he's got quite a following in central Massachusetts. So we
Oh,
almost have
okay.
2 headliners this
yeah.
year. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with them because I'm
Yeah.
a 60s music guy. And
Yeah. Well, we had, in the past, we've had a number of oldies bands,
yeah.
but the prices have really gone up. And when we weigh it against the money we can give away to a shelter or
Well,
to
that's
pay
the
for
whole-
someone's,
yeah, that's the thing I was getting into now. There was
Yeah.
an expense here, but you end up with some money left over.
we make quite a bit of money. We gave probably about $40,000 away last year.
Wow.
We keep some seed money for the next year.
Yep.
None of us get paid. Usually is a negative cash flow for me every year, but that's okay. And we give all the money away. It's a true charity. Woman right here in the valley, deaf woman, her service dog needed surgery. We paid for the surgery for that dog.
Oh, for a personal service.
Yeah,
dog.
yeah, her service dog. And we paid for the surgery for that dog. We've bought equipment for shelters. We support organizations that have been with us the whole 20 years, like the Animal Legal Defense Fund. They bring perpetrators of animal cruelty to justice. It's attorneys that donate their time and talent.
Oh.
And we help support organizations like that. We fund the Humane Association children's program. It's like a weekly reader, and we pay for that weekly reader to be placed in elementary schools throughout central Massachusetts. So the young children can learn about kindness and about animals and start from the ground up so that they don't develop cruel intentions for animals.
Well, you know, if you go back a lot of years ago, animals were quite common because everybody had to own a horse. That was your
Yeah.
transportation.
Yeah.
We had tremendous amount of farms.
Mm-hmm.
So kids got to know animals better now. Unless you have a pet, you really don't know. And
Well, we have lots of rescues that are there, not just dogs and cats. We have a cat photo contest. We ask that you not bring your cat because it can be very stressful, but people do. They bring them in a
well, you got to bring them in a
snuggly.
carrier.
Well, some bring them in a carrier, some bring them in a snuggly, or they have those strollers that have the
I've seen
the
those.
zip up,
Yeah.
net over it or the screen over it. Have their
I've
cats
never seen
in
a
there.
cat that you could do that with because they don't. Cats
Well,
don't
when
like
you-
to be.
when you've got 1,000
restrained.
dogs running around,
Yeah.
or more,
But they don't like to
1,000
be
plus.
restrained.
No, but I guess people do train them. But we have one guy that comes with his iguana over his neck. We have another one that brings his yellow python with him, and
They cannot conceive of why you would want to own a python.
I don't know. As long as you take good care of it and love it, it's okay with me.
But
I
they
don't know
are
how.
constrictors.
It's not so cuddly to me, but you
No.
know. We have one woman that has come for many years with her pet rat, and she dresses him up just like the rats in Cinderella. He's got a little vest on,
Oh my
and she has a
God.
little hat on him, and he sits on her shoulder with a little leash. He's really adorable, little rat, yeah. We have ferrets. People bring their ferrets. We have ferret rescue there. Hedgehog rescue is there. Every breed rescue imaginable and rescue imaginable. We have all breed rescue comes. My rescue where I got my white German Shepherd's Echo Dog White German Shepherd rescue will be there. So we have an adoptable pet shelter parade where the shelters are marched around, and they can be very creative and show off the dogs that are available for adoption. But we don't allow adoption that day. We don't want emotional adoptions. You can meet the animal, you can fill out the
Yeah,
paperwork,
you don't want,
but
you
you
know,
have to
yeah.
yeah, you have to be real about it. You have to be sincere that you
Yeah,
want
because
to
once they
adopt
take
it.
that animal, they're taking on a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, and we don't want it back at the shelter.
Right.
So we don't want emotional adoptions, and it's an emotional day. You know, you'll see
Yep.
a lot of them. But we have a lottery. We have 2 lotteries that day for the shelters. They put their names in like a raffle, a lottery, and we pull 2 names, and they get $500 each.
Wow.
And then the winner of the Adoptable Dog Parade gets $500. We write a check on the spot for them. Last year it was sad story. Hudson, the railroad puppy, the pit bull that someone nailed his leg to the railroad tie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, I remember
So
that.
he was there with 3. He's 3. They couldn't save the leg, so he's 3-legged, and happy as a clam. You know, animals have.
I just can't
They
believe
don't know
people
they're.
could be that
Oh,
cruel.
that's not even the worst that comes across our desk. It's bad, but I have to say, in over the 20 years, I've seen improvement. You know, there's not the volume of backyard breeders that used to be. People used to think they were going to make so much money by
Oh, I know.
having
They
puppies.
get
and,
a pedigree puppy dog,
Yeah.
and then they want to breed them.
yeah, they make a makeshift doghouse out in the backyard,
Yep.
and then they breed it, and it was just very cruel. I think people are smarter now. They care about their animals, and I think they realize it's not something you get at Christmas and dump at Easter. It's not a toy.
Right.
You know, this is the best friend you're ever going to have. It's your
Oh, yeah.
companion.
But they need a lot of care. It's
They
like
do.
It's
It's like a
having a
child.
child
Yeah,
all your
it
life.
is. Yeah, it's like a child.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of expense. It's, you know, it depends. You know, I usually adopt the dogs that no one else will adopt. So my white shepherd had been horribly beaten, and we had to replace his knees. That was a $10,000 investment.
Wow.
And he was good for about 6 years. Then his spine collapsed, and he couldn't walk anymore, so we had a wheel cart made and took him up to Eddie's Wheels in Shelburne, Massachusetts, and they measured him and made a custom wheel cart, and he loved it. We hitch him up, and off he went. He zoomed around. It was great for him. Yeah.
All the dogs I ever had, we always got them from the shelter.
Yeah, that's great. I hope
Because
that everyone would
Those
do
dogs
that.
need a home.
They do,
I didn't
and
want,
they're
I didn't want
lovely
a pedigree anyway. I
dogs.
wanted just to have a good
Well, you
mother.
can get a pedigree dog at a shelter,
Yeah.
and you can get a pedigree dog at a breed shelter.
I like having mongrels. They make the best.
Well, I've got 2 odd mixes
Yep.
now. I've got Bella, who is a miniature pincher and German Shorthair Pointer. So I call her a pinpointer.
Yeah.
And then we got Dave in February. He's a refugee from Hurricane Irma, and he's a beagle whippet, so we call him a begat.
Oh.
And he's adorable. He and Bella get along really well, and he's a little guy. He's only about 17 pounds, and he zooms around. Whippets are fast, and he's just very loving, and they're great dogs. And I agree with you. I think that shelter dogs they just feel very grateful to you, I think.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
become very attached.
Yeah, and we're attached to our baby, so. And I know many people out there have the same feelings. It's like their child. It's their best friend.
Yep.
And what great companions they are.
Oh, yes. But like you make a commitment,
Yeah.
and you got to realize that
Yeah.
before you go and adopt a dog. You're making a lifetime
Yeah,
commitment
yeah.
with that dog, probably about 20 years.
Well, 16 could be 16 to 20.
Yeah.
Depends on if it's a Great Dane, it's only about 8 years. Unfortunately, they don't live long
Yeah.
enough. So the larger the dog, you know, the less years that they live. But the small dogs can be, you know, quite old. I actually had a cat that lived to be 21.
Oh.
So,
I had a cat that we got when we first built the house. My sister-in-law was just a little tyke, and she found it on the street. He said, "Oh, will you take this cat?" And all right. We had the cat for over 23 years.
wow.
And then it just died of old age.
Yeah, yeah.
I buried him in the back, up
Yeah.
in the back, because I had a lot of land, and then I got and the next cat came from my son. He went to school in Grenada,
Oh,
medical school,
yeah,
and he had a companion down there, and he got it down there. It was a feral cat.
yeah,
Brought it back with him, got all the shots and everything.
yeah.
He's starting his internship. He said, I can't take care of the cat. I said, well, I guess I got it.
You got a cat.
And he was, oh God, he must have been 16 years old and still spry as ever. But he went out one night, and very rarely went out at night.
Yeah.
But this one night he wanted to go out. Window lets him out the back door. He got eaten by a fisher cat.
Oh, how awful.
My cat and my brother's cat both got eaten by.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't let your cats out. They should stay home, house cats.
He never went out.
Yeah,
Except he would go out during the day.
yeah. Cats should be kept in. If they're your pets, they should be kept inside. Yeah, Yeah.
Well, he liked to go out and do his thing.
yeah,
He didn't use the litter box as much. He liked to go outside, which I liked because I had to
Yeah.
clean it. But he never went out. At night he would come and sleep with us.
yeah,
But this night he, for some reason now, something
Yeah.
would put him out. But, what could we do?
yeah. That's too bad. So the Fisher cats were put here for one reason, and they just multiplied, and now they're a nuisance.
Oh,
Yeah, it's awful.
the one that got him, I swear, I saw him on Providence Road because he probably migrated down
Yeah.
from Benson, dead,
Oh,
hit by a truck.
wow.
It's a big one. And we know it was that Fisher cat because Linda saw it on the deck
Oh,
the day before, during the day.
oh.
He was out. She saw this big furry animal, and I said, "It's
Yeah.
a Fisher cat."
Yeah,
And I saw
they're
the picture.
awful. They're very
And you can hear them at
treacherous.
night. They sound
Yeah.
like a baby crying.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And of course, you got the coyotes.
Yeah, we have fox too. They're so pretty.
Yeah.
We have a number of fox. We have coyotes.
But the coyotes will go after your small animals.
Yeah, that's why you should keep them in.
Yep.
Should keep them in. We have hawks too. The people across the street from us moved in. They have little chihuahuas, and the hawk is circling and circling, and
Yeah,
they're sitting on their steps, and the dog's right there, and they're going, look at the hawk. And I was on the phone. I said, hold on a minute, and I'm yelling across the street, pick up the dog.
Yeah, a hawk will pick.
They're
Yeah,
going,
the
what?
chihuahuas are
I'm
small.
going, pick up the dog. And they went, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it probably looks like a big mouse to the hawk from
Yeah.
up there,
Now, there's a woman in Hopkinton she was taking care of greyhounds, and you could adopt them.
Yeah, we have a number of greyhound rescues that come.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know if she got in a little trouble for a while there. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I've
I'm
heard
not
some-
familiar
It was on
with
the news,
that.
but I haven't heard. I had her on a
Yeah.
show here
Oh.
once,
Wow.
and that's a dog. I'll tell you though, if they get loose, you ain't catching them.
No, I know. Yeah. Well, we're fortunate that the racing is not the way it used to be, which
Well,
is
there's no more
good.
greyhound racing
No,
in Mass.
and I'm thrilled because it was pretty cruel what they would do to the dogs if they couldn't race anymore. They just killed them.
Well, there was no more use.
Yeah, and that's bad. That's terrible because they made great pets. They're living, breathing creatures, and that's what we're trying to teach everyone.
Right.
So Sunday, September 9th, 12 noon to 5 p.m. at Wyman Gordon Field on Worcester Street in North Grafton. And there's $2 off coupons. We have these in several places. You can even download them. You're going to have some here.
Yes.
And we have them at the Blackstone Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, if you want to stop here or at the chamber, you can get a flyer with a $2 coupon.
Yep.
So you'll save $2 off your
Yep.
admission.
It's $12, so it'd be $10 to get in,
So
and it's
yeah.
only $5 for kids, so $3 for kids. So we have never gone up on our prices.
And what a day for the kids.
It's really
must
fun.
love
We have
it.
rides and, as we said, food and fun and games. And Bobo the Clown will be there. Of course, can't have an event without Bobo. Can't have an event in the valley without Bobo. And Andy the Clown will be there face painting. And, we'll have all kinds of
Well,
things
there's all
going
kinds of
on.
Kids go face painting and animals.
Yeah, yeah. And they'll be amazed at all the animals that are there, and they're adorable. Really adorable.
And they're all
You'll learn a lot.
pettable.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
they
like a
are.
giant petting zoo.
Yeah, and there's puppies. There's dogs of every shape, color, size, age. Just amazing. And they get along. They have a great time. You have to bring your dog on a leash, though, obviously. It has to
Well,
be a
yeah,
leash
I mean,
dog.
you got to
and
be able to keep under
has to
control.
have shots and so forth, but yeah. So it's great.
Those little white dogs.
Maltese?
Maltese.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law has 7 of them.
Oh my gosh. That must be fun.
She had one. In fact, I picked it up for her at a pet shop in Attleboro, and they live in Delaware. And she asked me if I could pick it up and meet her halfway.
Mm.
So I picked it up and I met her down on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah.
So she could have her dog.
Yeah.
And then about 3 months later, she got another one. Well, the first one was a male, the next one's a female. All of a sudden, they got a litter.
Yeah.
And she fell in love with them. So she kept them all
Wow.
but one.
Yeah.
And every now and then, they visit the other one.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
everywhere she goes, she comes up there, she brings the dogs.
Yeah.
Everywhere she goes.
Well, you mentioned something that we don't support, and that's pet shops that sell live animals. We do not support that at all. And I'm not sure if everyone is aware of this, but that's something else we'd like people to know. If you go to a pet shop that has live animals, dogs and cats, those animals came from a puppy mill.
Really?
If you go to any breeder that will tell you, I can get you any dog you want, those dogs come from a puppy mill. And it's a terrible, terrible life
Now,
for the dogs.
is that
and
the chains as well?
yes, you should never. Well, most of them don't have dogs and cats. They'll have dogs and cats there from shelters you can adopt.
Right, that's
But
what I
they
was gonna
do
say, yeah.
have birds and
Yeah.
ferrets, and we're trying to educate them on that. We just had a victory in the closing of Lachlan Kennels. We've been trying to get them closed for years, many of the organizations working together, especially the MSPCA, and finally got them closed because they supplied through puppy mills.
Well, the puppy mills are not giving you a good.
It's horrible. It's a horrible life for the animals. It's just
Well,
breed,
not
breed,
only-
breed, and the dogs are sick. They're
That's what I mean.
overbred.
You're not getting a good quality
Yeah.
dog.
We had dachshunds from puppy mills there last year that were born without eyes
My
because of
God.
the way they were breeding them.
Oh.
They go against all laws of breeding just to get a dog that has a certain color or whatever. And when you cross the wrong genes,
Right.
you come out with a mutation. And
Who would want a dog that can't see?
well, they just want the dog. It was called a double doppel, and very rarely it happens, but you get a lot of mutations. So these poor dogs were born without eyes, and they were in the shelter, and they were, people were looking to adopt them. They were beautiful, beautiful little dogs, but it was horrible. So I mean, this is what happens when people do things greedy. They just want money. And they do horrible things, not considering that this is a living, breathing, loving creature.
yeah.
So that's why we never, ever support pet stores that sell dogs and cats.
Oh,
Ever.
I mean, horrible though. I mean,
Yeah.
Why would you want a dog that can't see? I mean, it's.
Well,
could be
no, it
hor-
doesn't happen all the time, but that is,
But
they
you
would
would
kill
think they
it.
would-
They usually kill it, but
Yeah.
they were caught doing it. So the MSPCA confiscated the animals, and those puppies were in that.
Oh.
And they were born
They must
without
have had a hard
eyes.
time finding homes.
No, I don't. They were. I'm sure they were the people were filling out forms that day for them.
Really.
Yeah, because they were fine in every other way, and
My last-
they didn't know they were blind.
My last dog was, it must have been about 15 years old,
Yeah,
and she went blind.
yeah,
And she was walking into the wall,
yeah. Because
She
she was sighted before.
tipping over her food and everything.
Yeah.
And the vet recommended to euthanize her. She's not got a good life now.
Yeah. I had a blind cat that got okay. He got around okay, Luigi. He lost one eye, and we had it removed at Veterinary Ophthalmology of New England, and then the other eye went. But we just never moved anything. He remembered where everything was, and if he got lost, he would just meow really loud, and we'd go get him. Say, Luigi, where are you?
She would go to get water and
Yeah.
knock the dish over
Oh. Yeah.
because she couldn't tell where it was.
Yeah. But those puppies were born blind, so they didn't know anything else, so they were better
Yeah.
adapted.
I got to say, Dr. Fenzel, who's no longer with us,
Yeah.
he said, hold her paw.
Yeah.
When he injected, he says, the last thing she's going to know is you.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was very good. I
Yeah.
still got her ashes.
Yeah, I have my dog's ashes. I also have done funerals for my dog, so up at Angel View Pet Cemetery. Yeah.
Well, I've never gotten to that point.
Well, we'll invite you to the next one.
I don't have any more. My pet now is a fish.
Oh, well, it's a
One of
fish
those,
called Wanda.
No, it's a male. It's
Oh.
it's one of those fighting fish.
Oh, yeah.
It's on my
Yeah.
desk.
Yeah.
And I had a goldfish that was, God, this big.
Wow.
I have a pond in the back of my house,
Mm-hmm.
a man-made pond.
Yeah.
But I had a heater in it, and last winter the heater failed,
Oh.
and the fish ended up freezing.
Sometimes they do okay, though. If it's deep enough,
No,
they
I-
can go deep enough.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
only about
Oh,
18
it's not
inch.
deep enough. Yeah.
It's a man-made pond. I
Oh,
made it
yeah.
when it's plastic,
Oh, yeah.
with the waterfall and everything.
Yeah.
It worked out great, but
Yeah.
I had them for years.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
poor fish.
But the damn heater went on me,
Yeah.
and it was a tough winter.
Yeah.
So,
If you do it again, you'll have to bring them in for the winter.
well, I tried that one year, and when I brought them back out, they didn't survive.
Oh.
It was not a good thing to move them.
Yeah.
But I thought about, if I did set up another one, I don't know if I got my aquarium still. I used to have,
Yeah.
but I had one aquarium, I gave it away because my granddaughter wanted a lizard,
Oh, yeah.
and I give in, but her parents didn't want it over there, so I had it at my house. It was a striped lizard, looks like a garter snake with legs.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he was fun. Yeah, I liked him. I used
Yeah.
to take him out, and he'd crawl up me, and
Yeah.
he was fun. I used to buy him crickets
Oh, yeah.
to feed him.
Yeah.
But she got tired of it, and I got tired of it, so I gave him away
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
through the fish man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
brought him down there. I said, look at here, you can have them for free. If you sell them, fine, take whatever you get for them,
Yeah.
or give them away. But here's the aquarium, heater, everything.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad because they're a living, breathing creature too,
Yeah.
and they get used to you too. And just like, chickens are,
Oh,
Love.
I had a
They're-
whole
they're
bunch of
great
chickens. I used to get
pets.
fresh eggs in the morning.
they love people, you
Yeah.
know. Roosters sometimes can be difficult, but
Well,
the
rooster will
hens-
attack you.
yeah, hens they're very sweet, very sweet.
I
Yeah.
had a rooster, and
Yeah.
he was mean, but he took care of those chickens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we had a fox coming around, and he would attack the fox.
Oh yeah, they're fearless.
Oh,
They
yeah.
really are. But there are some towns that don't even allow roosters. You can have hens, but not roosters.
Right, because he was out in the morning. I have nobody around me, so
Yeah.
it didn't, I had no problem with it. But I used to hear him in the morning.
Oh yeah, they're crowing. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
amazing. Animals are amazing. They do great things. So we hope that you'll come support Pat Rock
Yes,
on Sunday, September 9th,
it'll
12
be a
noon
fun
to 5
time.
p.m. Yeah, it'll be really fun time, and you'll be doing something good. It's a true charity. We give all the money away,
Yep.
and you might find your next best friend.
It'll be from 12 to 5.
12 to 5, Wyman Gordon Field.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and check out petrockfest.org.
We're going to be there if you want us to talk to
Yeah.
me, because I'm going to be there with the WCRN
Yeah.
booth.
And hopefully we're going to have the new pet resort showcase there.
Yes.
That's opening in Whitensville.
Yes, the paw steps.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he gets through all the things he's got to do.
Well, it will open. It just may not
Yeah.
be the time he thought it was going to be. But
he
it'll
was
be a
hoping to
nice
open in June.
be a nice facility to have in
Yes.
the valley.
It's going to be a lot more room for boarding your
Yeah.
pets, and that's a big problem right now.
Well, boarding is tough. I bring my
you do a holiday
dog.
weekend.
I know. I've had some times that we weren't able to get our dogs boarded.
Yeah, there's just no room.
Because there's no room, especially if it's a holiday weekend. My dog goes to daycare at Clark's, also in Whitensville, which
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a great
Bob
place
Clark over
too.
here on,
But they're full. Yeah,
Street.
Bob and
He fills right up.
yeah, Bob and Beth. Beth
Yep.
runs the daycare and the boarding,
Yep.
and he does the training. Bob does the training. He used to train all of my German Shepherds, so I've known them for many, many years. I've known them for probably 20 years or so, and they're great with animals. But they don't have any room for daycare. I couldn't get Dave in. Bella goes on Mondays because it's great to socialize your dog, to bring them to daycare. So there is a need for another facility here.
Oh, yes.
And that would be great. And boarding. You know, you want your dog safe when you're going away. You want it trusted. And, you know, Sean is a veterinarian.
Grooming now. I mean,
and grooming, yeah, it's important.
Top Dog closed.
Oh, yeah.
On Church
That's
Street.
right. That's right. It was so active, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying, I don't know where to go now.
Yeah.
Because I guess they were very good.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
My son brings his dog there, and
Yeah.
the dog loves it. But now they're closed, and
Yeah.
where do you go? And
Yeah.
he's gonna have a grooming facility here, modern facility.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
So that's good, because.
Well, that's a nice big building, so he can do a lot in that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good the building's being used.
Yeah, I know. We wanted to turn it into the school, but that didn't work out with Quincy, so we built our own.
Yes.
Which we've got a big news about that too.
That's coming up in about 3
It
weeks.
is. We got notice late yesterday from the governor that he's going to come out on September 18th, and we're going to do the ribbon cutting for the Blackstone Valley Education Hub at the Linwood Mill.
People need to know more about that. That's a great program. You know, I just got through, I did my summer reading for the superintendent, for Kathy Stickney.
Oh, Kathy. Yeah.
And it was what schools could be. And it talks about you have to change the way we're teaching.
Yes.
And
yes.
to keep retention too. So
Yeah.
kids don't quit school because they're bored to death.
They're bored to death. We have to train them for careers that may not even be invented yet.
Yes.
So we have to really be on top of all of the technology, and that's what we're trying to do. And I did talk about this on the show before.
Yes.
We're working especially with the over 650 students throughout the valley who are not able to enter vocational training at Blackstone Valley Tech.
Yeah, they run out of room.
Yeah, there's a wait list,
Yeah.
And it's not just BV Tech. It's across the state and
Yes.
across the country. Across the state, there's 3,500 plus students that cannot get into vocational trainings they want to get into. And God bless the vocational technical high schools. They're doing a great job, but they're taking the cream of the crop from the high schools. Your town is paying about $16,000 a student to send them to vocational technical high schools. They're getting a wonderful education. They really are. And but 55% of those students are not going to go into the career that they took during high school, which is a real shame.
Yeah.
But they are going on to WPI and MIT and Cornell and other schools, but they're not going into the workforce, and that's what's causing the work skills gap.
Right, they're going into engineering degrees.
Well, they're going on to they're going on to college to get a college degree for something else. Like they teach aeronautical engineering at BV Tech, which is wonderful.
Yep.
But NASA doesn't hire right out of high school.
No,
So
no.
those kids are going to college.
Right, they're going to college to get
Yeah.
to go to NASA.
So we want to work with the kids that want to go into work. We also have many manufacturers who want to partner with us,
Well,
which
there's
is
a
exciting.
big need for trained
They
people.
cannot find skilled
The
workers.
manufacturers are offering the
Yeah.
training because they can't find anybody.
Right. So we have, we're building a fabrication laboratory. They just delivered a huge printer, 3D printer today that I had to remove furniture because we're still, the sheriff's department is coming to paint, so I couldn't put anything in that room, so I couldn't have it delivered there. So if you come to the chamber, there's a lot of boxes around. We're kind of walking sideways. But they'll be in by the 18th, and we'll have things going.
So you'll have the school running by the end of the month.
Well, yeah, we'll have everything installed and done, and the computers will be there, and the 65-inch TVs, you've seen the big boxes there, with all the software, they'll be up on the walls, and we're getting ready to get our curriculum going.
This is becoming the norm. You know, I just saw a news article about how the Marine Corps can build this barracks in a matter of days now, with cement.
Oh my gosh, really? I was
Yeah.
thinking it might be a metal building.
No, and
Oh.
what they do it like you would do with a 3D printer,
Oh,
but on a
okay.
huge scale.
Yeah,
And this funnel-like thing goes around,
yeah.
following the design that the computer puts into it, and the cement pours out of the nozzle,
Yeah.
and it forms the building.
Well, it's amazing what I'm finding out. I just every day something else happens. Like I think I told you about the drone program we want to do with the kids. We want to do STEM camps during school vacations with middle school kids, and all during the summer. We just got big pallet of this program called Flight Plan delivered, and that's going to be for them to create their own drones, and they'll
Wow.
draw the plans, engineer it. Could be any design as long as it flies. They'll make it on the 3D printer and put it together. And once they prove that it flies, we're going to get in the team that will certify them from the FAA, so they can be certified drone
Yeah,
pilots.
you have to be certified
Yeah,
now.
so we'll get them certified. So we're excited about that. We just gave, we're starting satellite campuses with Northbridge and Uxbridge High School.
Yes.
And we gave some 3D printers to Northbridge, some desks, conference table, a student lounge, furniture for student lounge. Some other equipment that's coming in is coming in for them. And Uxbridge High School just got a laser cutter. They got some laptops and some 3D printers. So we're working with them too. So what we're doing, and if your kids go to Uxbridge High School and you have a chance to go, Northbridge High School, you have a chance to go into Northbridge High School, they opened up the old shop room,
Oh,
cleaned
okay.
it out, still left, some of the, like you can see the planes and the drill presses and things
Yep.
like that. And they still have the old painting, automotive painting booth in there and the machine there. So they were going to take it apart, and we said, no, keep that, because I think we can get it running again and we could use that for something else. But we're going to help them to get a lot of equipment. We're filling up our Fab Lab, but with the next grant, which we got the invitation, it's been a busy week, the invitation from the Commonwealth to write a letter of intent so that we can apply for another work skills grant. We're going to start buying equipment for the schools. And our plan and hope is to work with all of the schools in the valley
Uh-huh.
and start a consortium, so that if your child is in Northbridge, and we're looking at maybe doing a biomed academy at Northbridge, we're maybe going to buy a bioplotter
Oh,
for
wow.
Northbridge High School. They'll only be the second high school in the state to have one. And maybe your child doesn't want to take that, they want to take advanced manufacturing, that's in Uxbridge High School. We want them to be able to do that, so they can take their academics at Northbridge High School, and then they can do their vocational training in Uxbridge, but they'll graduate with Northbridge. So the town gets to keep, and vice
Yep.
versa. So the town gets to keep the student. They don't have to pay out any money. We're going to have a
They don't
small.
lose them to school choice.
Yeah, they won't. They'll no, because there's going to be students that are going to want to go to these
Right.
high schools, because it's going to be amazing. And then, as I mentioned in one of the other shows we did, we found remote software. And if we can buy a lot of the remote software for all the high schools, they can audit classes. And then they can go to the Ed Hub. They can send their projects over to the Ed Hub, to the 3D printers there. That 3D printers will create them, or they're not even on site.
Yeah, they don't have to use
Yeah.
the internet to
Right,
transmit
and the
the-
robot arm will put it in a box that
Yeah.
will have their name on it, and then we'll bring them out with their class, and they can analyze it and see, what happened and where they went right, where they went wrong, how they can improve it. And that's our plan. But we're building curriculums through the manufacturers that we're dealing with, because they want to hire these students right away.
Right. Well, they need help.
Yeah, and there's one manufacturer we're working with. They make all of the wire components for Dunkin' Donuts, all
Oh,
of the shelving, all of the cooking implements, and it has a lot of welding. So I think I mentioned, it might have been just between you and I'm not sure on the show, we found a virtual welding program.
oh.
So it's a welder, and you
Yeah.
get the hand-eye coordination, but you put on the virtual glasses, and it's really air, but it looks like you're welding.
Yeah, so you learn how
So
to
you
use
learn the
your hands,
coordination,
how to coordinate it.
how to do it, but we don't have to worry about fireproofing anything
Right.
or them getting hurt
Yeah.
or anything happening. And we talked to the manufacturers and said, would you hire these students once they graduate with credentials on this program? And they said, of course. It's better than anything we can get now. They already know how to use the welder.
And that virtual program, it actually grades you, so.
Yeah, and Mass MEP is going to teach credentialed programs as well. So they'll graduate from the higher learning institution partners we have, which Wentworth approached Northbridge. So Wentworth is going to be one of the partners, Wentworth Institute, Quinsigamond Community College, Benjamin Franklin Institute, Worcester State is all set to start. We're going to get the TV in the conference room. They're going to start the soft skills.
Wow.
The Center for Business and Industry, Boston Architectural College, WPI. So we've got a lot of higher learning institutions, but the students can graduate with credits from these schools. Doesn't mean they have to go to those schools. They can
Right.
go into the workforce, maybe later on down the road
But
do
if they
it.
want to go on to college,
And the best thing is the manufacturers will help to pay their tuition if they're taking courses that are related to their job.
yes. Well, there again, now, you don't have to take a full college course.
No. You can get a certificate.
Just get a certificate
And
in that
credentials.
particular field and,
Yeah.
and not have to take the
Yeah.
academic part.
One of the manufacturers we're working with, the one I spoke of that makes all of those wire components, they have two young graduates who are welders, and then they have several robot welders. But they're programming right now people off the street because they can't get the workers to run the robots.
Well, that's it. Robots are replacing the workers. Yes, but you have to
need-
have someone
you
to
get to
program the
tell-
robot.
Right,
Someone
so,
has to know how to repair them.
well, you look at, say, what they showed us was like a fryer basket. Now, they get the raw wire in.
Yep.
So, can you imagine how many welds are in a fryer basket? Because it's mesh.
Oh,
So you have
yeah.
to make the mesh. So, so to do that by hand would take forever.
Yeah, you have to have
So
a machine that.
what they do is it's a CAD, and we're going to teach CAD because we're going to have 20 CAD-ready programmed computers and
Oh.
10 general use computers. So we're going to teach CAD and several versions of CAD. They're going to learn that, and they create that, and then they tell the robot what to do.
Right.
They put the sheets in to work, close down the machine, this robot arm comes over and then lifts up and wow,
Yeah.
there you go. It puts the components together. So it's really amazing. I was just amazed. But he said it's very laborious because you get somebody off the street, has no background, so you have to start from scratch. They don't know what CAD is. They don't know how to use, the computer. So they have to teach them everything. This way, they're going to get a student,
Walking off the street
right,
and know
walking
exactly
off the
what to
street
do.
saying, I'm certified in this.
Yep.
And, sit right down and start and go to work. They have to get acclimated, but it's going to be great. And we have several partners in the Valley that are excited, especially for welding. Packaged Steel Industries, and Sutton is one of them. They're a partner of ours. Precision Engineering in Uxbridge is another one. Wire Fab in Worcester. Lenza Corporation. So they're very excited about being a partner.
Yeah, there's a lot more manufacturing going on than people realize.
There's an awful lot of manufacturing going on, and we're looking to introduce photonics as well, working with IPG in Oxford. So a number of the manufacturers throughout central Massachusetts want to work with us on this, and we're excited to get the schools. We've got schools clamoring to come in. We have schools outside the Valley too, but we want to take care of the Valley,
Right.
get them going first, and then let the Auburns and the Oxfords and the,
Well, you might have to set up some satellite stations.
well, we're doing satellites at all of the schools. That's what they're going to be, satellite campuses, and see how they're going to merge. But Northbridge and Uxbridge are going to be our first, so we're excited. So
Yeah.
that's it's 30 years in the making. So the public is invited. September 18th, 3:30. The governor will be there. We'll do the ribbon cutting. We'll have some. I'm going to talk to the Job Corps, see if maybe they can make us, some pastries and things, have them, because Job Corps is one of our partners. They're giving us 20 students in advanced manufacturing to work
Yeah,
with them.
that's a program, though,
Yeah.
people don't realize exists. at
No,
Grafton
that's a
Job
great
Corps.
program,
Yeah.
because a lot of people have a misconception that it's for delinquent young people, and it's not.
No,
It's for young people who need a career path, and they can get credentialed. They can graduate from high school. If they haven't graduated from high school, they can get their GED.
Yep.
They can be credentialed in many, many different fields, from CNA to criminal justice, and HVAC, plumbers, electricians, and Job Corps is all-inclusive. You can live there, some of them don't, but a number of them live on campus, and it goes year-round, so they have graduations all the time. So, and it's very affordable. Most of it is government paid, so, but you have to adhere to the standards. It's very strict. There's a
Yeah.
curfew. You have to dress a proper way. You have to address people a proper way. You have to interact with each other in a proper way. If there's any infraction, you're out.
Well, many years ago.
You
when-
can't work like that. If you fought with someone at work, you'd be fired. So
Right.
if two students got in a fight, they'd both be out, because you can't do that in the
you know,
workplace.
many years ago, you had the military
Yeah.
that did that.
Yeah,
Kid was going astray, they
Yeah.
put him into the military, and you'd come out and they'd probably turn their life
Yeah.
around. We don't have that anymore. Military doesn't want them.
yeah,
But that's a great
Yeah.
program, because you got kids that dropped out of, they got bored with school,
Yeah.
dropped out of school, can't find a job.
Well, I talked with one girl there. She had a beautiful voice, so she actually sang the national anthem to open Pet Rock for me one year. And I asked about her background. Her dad was a professor at Cornell, and she
Wow.
just did not know what she wanted to do. And her dad said to her, "You need to go to Job Corps. It's
Really?
a good program, and you need to go there, and you will find your path." And she said it's the best thing she ever did.
She didn't go to Grafton.
Yes, she did.
He from
Because
Cornell? He knew-
certain Job Corps have certain careers that they
Oh.
teach. Not all of them teach the same thing.
Oh, I see.
So I think she wanted to get into criminal justice, and they were teaching that.
Yeah, because
So she
you're
was
way up
there.
in central New York
But
with
if you go
Cornell.
to one of the other Job Corps, they'll teach other courses.
Oh,
So that's how it works.
well, that was an
Yeah.
experience for her then. She's
Yeah.
away from home.
She lived
and-
here, yeah. Yeah, she lived here. So they have dorms.
Yeah.
And as I said, it's a great program. We're also working with the Army. They have discipline and responsibility programs that are taught by their generals, and they want to teach it here. It's only taught in Kansas right now. So we'd only be the second area that teaches
Oh.
these courses, and they work with high school kids. So, you know, when you talk to some of the superintendents and they say, "Oh my gosh, we work so hard to get these kids to just limp across the finish line to get their diploma," these are the kids we want to work with. You know, we want to catch them before they're in senior year and they have to limp across. But if they did, come back. You can take courses after you get out of school. We'll take them in. We're going to be doing adults and veterans in transition, nights and weekends. So it's going to be a comprehensive educational program.
Oh, wow. Now, is that going to be right at your facility?
Yeah, it'll be at our facility. Those will be at our facility, yeah. And
Now,
it'll be taught through the higher learning institutions, yeah.
now, the high school kids will be coming down to your facility.
Some will be coming down, some will be learning at their school.
Because,
But they'll be checking in with, because the curriculum will come from us.
yeah,
we're
from
working-
Northbridge High, it's not that much of a trek.
No, we're working very closely, though, with the superintendent and the principals. Tim McCormick is working closely with us. We're developing curriculums. We have an advisory committee that meets, and we're mapping out a plan to get that started.
Oh.
Yeah.
People realize, this is extremely important.
This is
because-
the wave of the future.
Yeah.
And we are, the Commonwealth is looking at it as a template so that they can duplicate it in other areas of the state. And we actually just submitted today a plan to MBA, which is Mass Business Alliance for Education, and they're giving out grants. A small one, if you get the small one, it qualifies you for the larger one. We could be eligible for a $100,000 grant, and they would use our plan nationally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we were asked to apply for that.
Well, people don't realize that there is a great need for some,
Yeah.
for people that are trained. Factories are
And
crying
they
all
can
over the
make
place.
great money. They'd be making six figures by the time in 10 years.
Yeah.
So you graduate from high school at 17. By the time you're 27, you're making 100,000 plus.
Well, you know, you look at the electricians and plumbers. You don't
Oh.
have to go to college,
No.
and you can make a darn good living.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Very
Benefits
wealthy.
and all.
Very wealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the need is greater than
Yeah.
ever because a lot of people
We
don't want
need
to get
service
into it.
people. We really do. And you know, anyone that owns a home that's trying to get someone to work in their house, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Can't get anybody. Try getting them.
I know.
Yeah, try getting them, and they get a pretty penny.
Yeah.
So I've been waiting all summer for someone to call me back, and he hasn't. So I'm, you know,
Yeah.
going to do as much of the work myself because I can't get anyone.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I
difficult,
mean,
yeah.
they're out. There's so much out there.
Yeah.
especially when the housing is going well.
And you talk to them, and they say, "Oh, I'm so busy. I've got so many jobs. I've got too much to do." So,
Yeah,
you know, this is good. This is
Yeah.
good. Let's get these students out, and if they're doing what they want to do, it's not work. It's fun.
we've seen a big transition. I mean, the Voltec started up. It was supposed to be the kids that couldn't achieve academically.
Yeah.
Well, now,
Now it's
if you don't achieve academically, you
You
can't
don't
get
get
there.
in. Yeah, yeah. So now, maybe some of the kids are going to want to stay in public school because they're going
That's
to.
the
Yeah,
key. If you can keep them in,
yeah,
we got to get the drop rate down to 0.
yeah. And it should be. Yeah.
We only got a couple.
Okay.
Finish up on.
Okay, that's great. So September 28th, 3:30 at the Chamber, ribbon cutting for the
Yep.
Blackstone Valley Education Hub. September 9th, 12 to 5, Pet Rock.
Pet Rock over in Grafton in front of the Wyman Garden Plant, right
Right.
on Route 122 before you get to the entrance to the Mass Pike.
Right, that's right.
You can't miss it. I mean,
No,
it's a huge place.
field, yeah,
Huge parking lot, so
Yeah.
there'd be plenty of parking.
yeah.
And a big field for all those pets to
Yeah.
run around and
And bring your dog. Come and have some
yeah,
fun.
bring let your dog have a fun day.
Yeah, and
You
they
know?
do. Too many smells and not enough time.
Yeah, yes. Oh, dogs, they go wild because they get all the different scents out
I know. Yeah.
there. It's like a
And there's
field.
doggy treats and there's
Yeah.
galore, so lots of fun. And if you want to enter one of the contests, you could win a trophy and a medal for your dog
No,
and a big
it always-
a bag full of prizes.
All these booths and
Yeah.
service people, you can find out about. Probably your dog has a problem and it needs its
Yeah, we have
diet.
Ask the Vet. We have vets there, so it'll be
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
But you know,
yeah.
a lot of times it's
Free rabies clinic with VCA, who's been with us for many years.
That's important.
So if you haven't gotten a rabies shot for your dog, it's absolutely free.
Very important.
And we
Rabies are
do,
getting a lot more common.
Microchips for $25, which is really inexpensive.
That
Yeah.
that is well worth it.
Yeah.
You don't want, if you ever lost your dog, you don't know where that
No.
dog is. You can.
Yeah.
And let's face it, sometimes they get away.
Yeah, and it's easy. They just have a wand that they put over it. Looks like a calculator, and the numbers come right up. So,
Wow.
yeah, so it's great.
I'm sure that Dan Chauvin likes to see that because
Oh, yeah,
he picks up all these strays and
poor things.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who they belong
I
to,
know.
and you don't want to have them euthanized.
No.
But
They're
then they
great
end up
dogs.
at, hopefully
Well,
they get adopted.
It was
or,
like poor Dave. He was found wandering around the streets of Fort Lauderdale after Hurricane Irma, no tags.
nobody knows.
And he ended up here in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
He's got a good life, but you never know.
Yeah, you
but-
talk about the hurricane. Remember that Hurricane Andrew and
Yeah.
it hit in the Miami
Yeah.
area? And it hit that pet store where it had all the pythons.
Yeah,
Now the pythons are a problem in Florida.
I know.
They're actually eating gators.
Yeah, yeah. And it's gator mating season. I got a note from my HOA in Naples, Florida. Don't go
Oh.
walking at night. It's gator mating season.
Yeah, they're a lot more vicious, aren't they?
Well, yeah, because they're laying their eggs.
Yep.
So they don't want you out near their eggs. But yeah, I said, even in Naples, in my little community, they said, don't go out at night
So
walking.
they don't. Their mating season is late in the summer.
Yeah, they're laying eggs now. That's why that woman got eaten by the gator in North Carolina last week. 'Cause
Yeah.
She was walking, and it was right near the gator eggs.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
very protective.
Yeah,
We used to have.
it's like a dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's like being eaten by a dinosaur. Yeah.
My son lives across the street. It's a good sized field
Yeah.
behind him, and there's the swamp down below. Every year, this gigantic snapping turtle
Ooh.
would come out and lay her eggs,
Yeah.
and then go back. They don't stay with them.
No, turtles don't.
No.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years ago, I find, and I'm across the street, but I find at the bottom of my driveway a baby snapping turtle. I don't know how it got all the way over there, crossed the road and everything.
Wow. That's a long walk. That's like
Yeah.
the little Geico guy.
Yeah. Well, we gotta
Okay,
go.
we gotta go. Bye.
We'll
It was
be
great
on in
being here
another,
tonight again. Thank
We'll be
you.
back in 5 minutes. Thank you for coming in,
Okay.
Jeannie. See you in that 5.